run our business on a quarterly pulse. This has transformed our business. Because once we have a vision, once we have an annual plan, we then got to break it down to the quarter, right? I'm not talking about the quarter in your pocket. I'm talking about the quarter, a 3-month chunk of time. So we run every quarter like this. Okay, here's how we run every quarter. We start with a goal-setting habit that we do. So Andy, myself, our leadership team, we go off-site. We go what?
Off-site.
Okay,
Off-site.
not in the office, not in the backyard of our house. We go off-site, okay? And we put our thinking caps on, okay? And we actually do a whiteboarding exercise. It's a 2-day retreat at the beginning of each year and a 1-day retreat during each quarter. And we go through what are all the 35 things plus that should be done this quarter in order to ladder up to our annual plan. Okay, so we write this all out on a whiteboarding exercise. Then we decide, okay, which of these things do we need to select? What are the 6 finalists? What are the top 6 finalists? Right? When we're selecting our top 6 finalists, we ask ourselves, what are the 6 highest impact areas of the business that we need to have an impact on this quarter? So I'll give you some examples. You have to outcomeize. What did I just say?
Outcomeize.
Outcomeize, coach.
Outcomeize every goal you've ever set. Okay? Outcomeizing your goals is the secret habit. So some lawyers say, I need to get active on social media. I need to get my website redone. I got to delegate more. I got to get more help in the firm. And there are all these vague, non-measurable goals that don't have an outcome tied to them. So there's an actual way to not only choose outcome-oriented goals, but also to word them in a way where they actually have numbers tied to them so that there's pass-fail criteria. So all of your goals should ladder up to 5 metrics. How many metrics did I just say?
5, Bill.
5.
Huh? How many?
10.
5. 5.
All right, I'm holding up 10, but you guys are getting it. You're saying 5. If you're getting it, point to yourself right now, unmute and say, I'm getting it.
I'm getting it.
All right, so there's 5 numbers.
Good.
5 numbers, 5 numbers, 5 numbers.
Good.
The first number that all of your goals have to ladder up to is?
5.
The first number your goals have to ladder up to is your leads. Something needs to be tied to you getting leads in the door. The other goal has to be tied to your conversion rate. A certain percentage of your leads have to turn into signed clients. Third, one of your goals has to be tied to average case value. Increasing your average case value. One of your goals should usually be tied to net promoter score, either internally or externally, meaning making your team happier or making your clients happier. And last but not least, this is one everyone misses. One of your goals should be tied to a profit metric. Something that if you reach this profit metric, your profit margins will go through the roof. This could be stuff like time on desk, doing hourly tracking, like tracking the actual time usage of your team. In a service business, we have 3 resources: people, money, time. Everyone unmute, say people, money, time.
People, money, time.
Okay? We have 3 resources in a service business. 3 resources: people, money, time. The DJing of these 3 resources will determine your profit margins. If you have the right people, they spend the right time on stuff, and you pay them enough money, your firm will be sellable, it'll have all the systems you need, and you'll be able to grow it. Who, not how. Okay? So, selecting the right goals is the key. Another super important thing. When you select your quarterly boulders, they can't just be in your head. Okay? So we created a whole framework on this called the Fast Growth Framework, and it all starts with quarterly boulders, right? You can't keep these goals in your head. They have to be made public. So you have to analyze and select the right goals. Roll them out in a way where the whole firm can get buy-in towards the goals. and hopefully also roll them out in what we call the Steve Jobs presentation, which is where you publicly announce what the quarterly goals will be for the law firm this quarter. Why? Because when you do this, when you have a clear, vivid vision, when you have clearly determined targets for the quarter, they've been publicly communicated, they've been ruthlessly selected, right? You will reach them, or you'll get, I should say this, you're not going to reach them all the time. You'll make more progress in your firm than you've ever made before. It's not about 100% completion of these goals. Okay? It's about having the right goals and creating strategic focus for the business. Overwhelm is a habit. Can everyone please press the space bar and say overwhelm is a habit?
Overwhelmed is a habit.
Overwhelmed is a habit.
Like, Andy and I don't get overwhelmed.
Is a habit.
Overwhelmed is a habit.
Overwhelm's a habit.
Overwhelm's a habit.
I'll tell you this much, guys. As our company has grown, I can assure you I am less and less and less overwhelmed. And the reason is because there's more clarity across the company. Everyone knows what their North Star metric is, their KPI, their top KPI, I should say, key performance indicator. Everyone knows the top 3 KPIs they're held accountable to. Everyone knows what their departmental quarterly goal is. Everyone knows what the 6 company-wide quarterly goals are. Right? So there's complete clarity. If a new thing comes in, oh my God, that's really shiny object. That looks great. If it doesn't ladder up to our 6 commitments for the quarter, we're probably going to push it into a let's get to it list. It's impossible to be overwhelmed if you already have clear commitments that you've made public and everyone's on the same page with. What are we really trying to solve here? We're trying to solve team synergy, right? We're trying to have it so that you set a vision and everyone's clapping for you, going, please, I want to reach this goal with you.